Hi Libra, welcome to the new moon in Aries reading for March 21st, 2023. New moons bring in new cycles. The theme for your new cycle for the next 2 weeks is the Lovers. That's choice for me. Some people say it's love, and maybe it is, but it's always choice, and probably if it is love, it's choice in love. Um, it's at a crossroads. You're at a crossroads, and it's about because it's a major arcana, it has something to do with what's going on an internal level. So it could be something that you love, it could be someone that you love, but you're at a crossroads and you have to decide. Well, you don't have to, but it offers you the decision to decide between something mundane and something loftier. So where love is concerned, you could have that the love that we know here that comes easily, a love between two people, a love with a child, a love with a home, or it could be compassion, which is the higher um, frequency of love, compassion. Okay, so that gives you an idea, but it does mean that you're at a crossroads, and there is that sort of something loftier or something more mundane. And let's see how that plays out for you in the next 2 weeks. You have the Five of Pentacles. Five always brings instability, and it pushes us to find balance, which is six, the Lovers, right? So, Five of Pentacles can be an imbalance in finances. It can be an imbalance in health. But it is definitely the challenges that we face together. So, on a togetherness level, we have the banks that are the bankers, the banks, the financial system that's very wobbly and unstable at the moment, and we will all go through this together. So you could be at a crossroads in that sense. This card often asks you to watch your thinking where lack is concerned. As you can see, the couple that are going through this challenge together walk right past a warm place that they can duck into. They don't see it, they're just too busy with their suffering. So there are ways of dealing with this. We just have to look at it. Now, what it is on a personal level, only you will know. But because this is a general reading, I can't get into specifics. The Nine of Wands tells me, though, that you are ready to defend your situation, looking to find answers to defend your situation, um, looking at things like you will have to defend your. So you're in a position of defense, right? You've been through a lot. As you can see, the Nine of Wands here are his battles, and he's battle worn. So he's been through a lot. They call this the walking wounded card. Um, so it seems to me like you're going to be at a crossroads trying to decide um, where these imbalances, trying to defend yourself against this sort of imbalance, okay? The Nine of Wands, however, for me, because it is a nine, nine is the end of the cycle, 10 is ending it completely while beginning something else, but nine is the cumulative energies of this particular situation. It means that you're right on the precipice of that final end and the beginning of something else, the precipice of um, receiving what it is that you've worked long and hard for. Okay? And I think you want to protect that. This could be physical imbalance, but it is also physical as far as finances. So you could be experiencing some physical imbalances as well. And it could be a mental thing or your head. maybe there's a lot going on. It's kind of like overthinking situations as well. Maybe you're getting headaches or eye strain or that kind of thing. And headaches in this case can also be due to poor posture. So I would check your posture if you're having those situations or those problems, because it might just be spinal, that you're blocking your the energy flow. And posture has a lot to do with our health. Okay, so this is how you are dealing with the situation. You have the Seven of Swords, strategizing. Excellent. See, that's what I mean. You are protecting your investments, your situation, your health, your finances, your home, property, that kind of thing. So you're finding strategies, ways and means. And there could be quite a few things to consider here with these Seven of Cups. Now you have two sevens. Seven for me is a kind of thinking outside of the box energy, Libra. So the Seven of Cups are the seven planets that are offering you seven solutions. I don't know if you have that many, but if you do, good for you. Um, and there can be confusion in those choices, right? So you're definitely going to look for the best strategy. And I don't think it's going to be something that is of the norm. It is definitely something outside of the box with two sevens. Okay, we'll get more information in a minute. All right, well, nice. What's the outcome? Well, you have the Ten of Pentacles. So we went from 5 to 10. Your strategies are working. But this also means there's financial negotiation, financial talks, the need to have that communication. So you might be looking at organizations, bigger groups, family members, people in finance. This is also everyday life, the dailies. So it can also be that there'll be a lot of conversation in regards to this subject, finance and health, but really kind of feels like finance for me here. And yeah, holding on, how to protect, how to save, creating a strong, firm foundation. Now, this is the sun in Capricorn. Capricorn is, this card means that you have everything you need to create that solid foundation. So it looks to me like you're going to do it quite well. Now, you go from a 5 to a 4, but there's a lot of conversation in here. The idea is here's the instability and here's a strong foundation. So you're absolutely finding ways or strong foundations for those financial situations. If it is health, you can find stability in health, in which case the Ten of Pentacles would be talking to people, physicians, practitioners, people in that field, right? Because we have a group here. There's sort of a hierarchy with the Ten of Pentacles, because you have the grandfather, you have the parents, you have the child, you have the pets. So there's a sort of a hierarchy here. And so you can talk to different people on different levels of this particular subject of finance or health. 10 is, like I said, right? 10, 9, 10 is the end of a situation, the beginning of something else. And I understand that when these challenges come up, there are people who can thrive in this kind of environment, and that is because they think outside of the box with that Seven of Swords and the Seven of Cups. And that's you. So that's your strength at this moment, I believe. But with the crossroads there, the Lovers, you definitely have choice and the decision of something loftier or something more mundane. If it's finances, and yeah, that's a tough conversation where loftier concerns are implemented. I think I'll leave that out. Anyway, here you have the Nine of Wands, the Eight of Swords, and the Five of Pentacles, meaning that whatever's happening is out of your hands. You feel stuck in the mud with it. And you can put a lot of mental energy behind feeling stuck in the mud or feeling like you can't do anything about the situation. Probably too much energy, because this card often says you're not supposed to do anything about it. Wait until it comes back around in your favor. And that can be possibly the first 2 weeks, because this is a cycle, in the beginning of a cycle. It's usually a 2-week cycle with this moon. We don't have any eclipses or anything like that going on, that I'm aware of anyway. Okay, this is you and how you are dealing with the situation. You're behaving like a Page of Wands. And a Page of Wands would look to a group scenario, a group situation. It is expansion, but it's expansion of your philosophy, of your mind. It's an adventure, and I think that's great. If you look at this as a sort of adventure, which my guides tell me that I'm supposed to do, in my situation, it is a new adventure. And the Page of Wands is up for that. Highly opinionated, though, the Page of Wands, which is my Sagittarius card. So you may have to look beyond your own narrow focus and see a broader picture with the Page of Wands card. This may be somebody that you're talking to or dealing with, but in its placement, it's pretty much how you're behaving. So this is a young card, right? This is a younger person. And so we don't have the experience of that king. We're still stepping into the situation as a younger page. So we don't have all that information, but it's the adventure, right? And I think your philosophy on the situation will have a major impact on your own specific situation. Sagittarius is December, so things may take a year before they find some stability or even some good solutions. And I think this is definitely a long-term situation. Okay. And then you have the Chariot card. I like that. That's taking situations under control. Things are moving towards the end of the 2 weeks, or full cycle, could be a month. And you kind of have a better idea of the direction that you want to go, the control that you want to take over the situation. It is definitely aligning your thoughts and your emotion with your spirit, because with that star atop of his head, that's your kind of a guiding light. That's your higher self guiding you. There is sort of a mystery playing out with the Chariot, because it does ask you about the sphinxes, the mystery of the Sphinx. And so maybe we don't know, at the end of 2 weeks or even a month, where everything is going, but you can feel somehow a little more self-confident in situations, and even get things rolling. So, even if it's not the bigger picture of what's going on with the banks, and it's just your own personal financial struggle, Five of Pentacles is struggle, or physical struggle. By the end of the 2 to 4 week period, the Chariot card really indicates that you've made that decision and you're going to go in that direction. The decision being the Lover's card, right? At a crossroads. And at least at the end of that 2 weeks, you have an idea of the direction that you want to go in. And you can even start moving in that direction. That's good. I like that. And I like it because it's thinking outside of the box. The Chariot is also 7. And that seems to be the spirit of you at the moment, this sort of outside the box thinking. Uniqueness. Uranus. What does Spirit want you to know? Okay, you have the Ten of Swords. The Ten of Swords is the end of a difficult mental situation while you are beginning a new cycle simultaneously. The Ten of Swords has your perspective in mind. If you see this as an adventure, right? That's what it will be. If you see it as a challenge or a difficulty with this, and this is the lack mentality card, and that's what I mean by your perception of things. So in the regular Rider Waite tarot deck, the Ten of Swords is, let me see if I can find it really quick. You have either the sun setting or the sun rising, and it depends on your own personal perception of what's happening to you that will kind of dictate what you're thinking and how things will go. And that's why it's really, really important to think about things on a different perspective, on a higher level, right? So, again, the Lover's card comes in with the fact that your perception is super important. Something more lofty or something more mundane. Of course, the mundane would be, yeah, there's a lot of physical or there's a lot of financial difficulty. The banks are closing, everything's going to end. Doomsday kind of scenario stuff. Or the sun is rising and it's the end of a financial situation that wasn't really in our favor to begin with. And how can we rebuild this so that we have more control and the federal government has less? Because they can do a lot of things. Or on a personal level, how can I, right? How can I rebuild this situation? How can I start anew on a better foot, on a different way of thinking outside of the box, financial or physical? Okay, so micro, macro, what you see in the big world is what's happening on a smaller scale in your own particular life. And I would say that it's really important for you to check your mindset. And I think what I'm seeing here is that you have a wonderful mindset. You have a very excellent mindset where this is concerned, and you can find great solutions, at least in the next 2 weeks, right? And you can feel confident in those solutions, and you go for it. Where it leads and how it goes is beyond these 2 weeks, but 2 to 4 weeks, I think you get a handle on it. Okay, remember perception, really important. All right, well, thanks for listening. I hope this has been helpful. I'll return in 2 weeks with a full moon reading. I do dailies. Thanks for listening again. Take care and bye.